and welcome to The Natural View. I'm Maggie Jaqua. I'm the content director of WholeFoods magazine, and I have two very special guests today. I have Jonathan Lawrence. He is the senior director of grocery and natural living at Fresh Thyme Market. And I also have David Williams joining me. He's the executive vice president of business development at Cornerstone for Natural. Welcome, both of you.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Good to have you here. So we're here to talk about something that Fresh Thyme started about a year ago, and that is you announced this new initiative to improve the shopper experience with ELI codes. And this has been in place for several months now, so I want to get an update and see how that's going. But first, I think we need a little background. So David, can you tell our viewers who may not be familiar yet what ELI codes are?
Are there actually any viewers out there who don't know what ELI codes are?
Just in case.
Okay, I'll take a shot at it. So ELI codes are consumer engagement codes, digital engagement codes that we place on shelf tags. So as shoppers are going throughout the store and they want to learn more about a product, they can simply scan that code with their phone and learn about that brand, about the item, why it's perfect for them. You know, we say that ELI codes turn shoppers into buyers and turn customers into fans. So it's all about being able to really engage that shopper in the store digitally on a smartphone as they're shopping.
Yeah, and give them so much information that they would otherwise get. So Jonathan, back when you guys started this, David commented that you were delivering, Fresh Thyme was delivering an online shopping experience in store, which, you know, I thought was a pretty cool way to look at it. So you guys saw this need and that you realized ELI codes could help fill. So how did you get started in this? What was the need that you were seeing, and you know what got you interested in the codes?
Yeah, so I mean, David contacted me like he's probably contacted a million different people, right? He's very good at what he does. He's very persistent, and so he showed this concept to us, and I thought it was pretty interesting. But it was a little, my interest was actually a little bit different than how he initially kind of showed us, because at the time COVID was a big deal, and it was really about not having to touch items, right? Or to take that away from customers, because there is in fact customers that didn't want to touch things at that point. That's literally where we were in the world at that point. Mm-hmm. But as we talked more, I really saw the opportunity as a training mechanism, and it's as an education and transparency mechanism, because so much of what we sell is new to a lot of our customers, right? We got a lot of crossover customers, and we have conventional brands now on our shelves today. And then we have the natural organic brands, the brands we really want to sell, the ones we want to grow and put in front of our customers. The difficulty is with a lot of those, they've been ingrained in people's mind for so long. They've grown up with them. They know them. There's even a trust factor with them. So what we had to do is, how do we educate our customers on these new products? What is the mission statement? Why are they doing what they do? Because when they buy our products and vote with their dollars, it's more than just, is this product going to work or not? It's going to be, who am I supporting when I do this? How do I feel better about what I'm doing and what I'm utilizing? And so that was key. That's always been a big deal for us in the natural foods industry, but how do we get that out to our customers? And so that's where I saw this great opportunity, as now we've got a great story to tell. Our brands have amazing stories to tell. This is a way that we can get it out in front of them. And then the flip side of it too was, I'm always big on, how do I educate my team, right? So what we provide to our customers is, when you walk into our department, you're going to be met with someone who is there to help you, support you, and is educated. We're not going to prescribe anything, right? We can't do that. But we want to be able to help people empower themselves so that they can take control of their health, right? And so, as equally as important as this is for our customers to scan product, we want our team members to do it, right? This is a great education piece for them. There's a new product that hits the shelf. We do our best to get education out. We've seen that for brands and brokers, it's been tough to get out to stores. Now you can shoot that product, and it's a sell sheet or it's a video. It's something interactive that can educate our team. That's the real value that we saw with it.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting. I mean, I know there's these three benefits, right? So there's the benefits to the shoppers, there's the benefits to the retail staff, as you discussed, and obviously there's benefits to the brands and the supplier partners that you work with. So, you know, So with the shoppers, you were looking to educate, looking to help them educate themselves. And I'm wondering, so you started this in October 2020, and I know that, originally, and David and I have talked about this on the Natural View in the past, but, it was born out of this idea of, remember when we were really, really worried about touching anything you didn't know. But that kind of evolved, right, as time went on. But at the very beginning, people weren't all that familiar with QR codes, even though they've been around forever, right? So I'm just wondering how consumers responded at first back in October, and then how you've seen that evolve as people have really become more used to scanning being just something we're doing all the time now.
Yeah, for our stores, right, there's a little bit out there because what we did is, and again, this isn't our program, right? We were just early adopters to it. I think a lot of vendors out there think that this is our program, and this is really for anyone, and hopefully more and more retailers get involved here, because it's not meant to be something that we hold a patent on or anything, or competitive advantage. This is just something good for customers out there and for the industry. But at first, we put it on our tags. That was the biggest difference. Is I said, I don't want to put this as a shelf talker or something. I want to put this on our tags because we have the capability to do so. So we played with it a little bit, right? First, we got it too small. It took a little bit to kind of run through. So that's why we didn't launch it in a big way. Yeah, we wanted to test it before we go out and put this out to the public and everyone that we have it. So I would say it's definitely creeped up. Customers are seeing it. It's fully scannable. We've actually increased it on our tags. Our team members are utilizing it, but we're going to launch in a big way. Mid-September is when, we've cleaned up all the tags. They're in a good spot to start with. And so that's where we'll start educating our customers a lot more, both in store and through, emails and everything else, to let them know that we have this opportunity for them to just scan items and learn more whenever they see the ELI code on the tag.
So for the customers who have been using it, have you gotten any feedback from people who have tried it out?
I haven't gotten too much, just because, I've been at home and we've been going through so many structural change, but I have heard from team members, right? And so I'm big on take care of the customer, take care of the team member, your employee, they'll take care of the customer. And they've been really happy with it. They were excited that again, this empowers them, because for anyone on our team, right, when they know a lot about a product, they're going to be more apt to talk about it and excited to talk about it. Just like anything, if you don't know anything about a subject, you're probably going to avoid the question, right? For us, we're empowering them to learn more about the products, and we get new people all the time, right? We don't get people that just walk in that say, hey, I've been in this industry for 20 years. Can I work for you? That doesn't happen, right? We get people that we're selling cheese in another department, and they're saying, hey, I really am interested in what you guys do, but I don't have any background. No problem. We're all about training. We just want people who are interested and not introverts, right? Just like Dave and myself. So this gives them that ability, and then they're excited to talk about our products. And our products are the brands that we're selling. So they really enjoyed it because they feel more comfortable, and they feel like we're investing in them by doing this.
That's excellent. And I want to talk more about the brands. So David, clearly there's benefits for the shoppers and there's benefits for the retail team members, but there's also these benefits for the brands. So maybe you can talk a little bit about how ELI codes can help the brands at the retail level and beyond that.
Yeah, it's been really exciting, because when we talk to brands, the most common question I get is, can I use them elsewhere? Can I put them on my packaging? Can I put them on my sell sheets? A bunch of us are planning to go to Expo. Can I put them in my booth? Can I have a separate code in my booth just about my brand? We partnered with 3M and a few other companies to make promotional products with ELI codes. So what we're finding is that brands are taking these codes, they're pushing them out to retail wherever they can, but you're going to be seeing them, on sell sheets and catalogs, distributor catalogs. You're seeing them in your own publication now. Brands are putting ELI codes in your publication, right? Take that print from 2D to 3D. Give me that video. I think a big trend is moving towards putting them on packaging. We're seeing more and more of that. And I think even in conventional, you're going to see them on shippers and displays, because it's just such a no-brainer. A brand that can maybe get some extra placement out there, put it right on the header card, and make these things available. We're even seeing a lot of it online, which initially to me seemed funny. Like, who would put a QR code online? Lo and behold, it's a brilliant idea, because there's a lot of people exhibiting virtually these days. And again, the key, and it's such an important one. I can walk through Jonathan's store and I could go and Google any product I want. Okay, but where I land, who knows? All right, I could be landing at a rogue Amazon store, which isn't good for the brand or for Fresh Thyme, or I could be landing on someone's social media, which isn't good potentially for a lot of people. So rather than make people go find information, why don't we give it to them, right? If you're applying for a job, you wouldn't say to somebody, hey, go look me up and see if you want to hire me. You'd say, here's my resume and credentials. And by the way, I organized it to make it easy for you, right? Why aren't we doing that to our customers? That's what Jonathan's doing. He's saying, let me put all the information you need right in front so that you can see what you need to see and make that decision. So I see brands moving this everywhere, including to digital as much as analog.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I mean, I've been seeing it grow. Like, as you mentioned, we see it on print ads. They're in the magazine, and I love it that people can just go get more information. Also in print, sometimes with the articles, there's only so much you can say in print. Obviously, we can't print a phone book issue every month, but people who want a deeper dive, we can put the code and point them in the right direction. And we have them on our new business cards too. So
Right.
It's just so great to help people connect. We also did something called Trade Show Remix when trade shows weren't happening, and companies used their ELI codes to create a virtual booth so that the retailers could go and visit and find out about new products or deals that they would usually be getting at a show. So that was very cool. Now, David, I want to ask you too, because I know you have a new initiative coming up now that we're going back to trade shows, which will help both the brands and the retailers in terms of just safety, as COVID unfortunately continues to be a concern in these large gatherings. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So it happened again, it's funny how our clients bring these things to us. Brands began reaching out and saying, look, I've got X number of ELI codes for my products, but I can't put up a big backdrop with 50 ELI codes to say, learn about my products. It's hard to focus the camera. I want a code to represent my brand at Expo. And, whether you're afraid to touch things, not afraid to touch things, I mean, they keep going back and forth on all this stuff. But what they wanted was the ability to put a simple code so all my sell sheets can be on it. I want to cut down on paper. I want to be more sustainable. People don't want us handing them paper and throwing it away and so forth. So we're doing what we're calling ELI brand codes for Expo. And then we've had brands reaching out saying, I'm going to be doing a virtual show and I need a nice, easy one click to all my great content. Give me an ELI code. So we've launched that. It's been very successful. So not only are we focused on product, but now we're focusing on brands and companies to, again, give that one stop. I don't want to carry back 50 pounds of paper. I just want to scan it, put it right in my phone, and be able to come back to it.
Yeah, excellent. As we're all trying to cut down on the waste, that's so helpful. And I mean, it just seems like there's so much potential for innovation. Like whatever you can think of, you really might be able to do it. So very, very cool there. So I also wanted to ask, Jonathan, so I know that you guys requested that your suppliers work with Cornerstone for Natural to enhance their codes. And I'm just wondering what kind of feedback you've gotten from brands who've kind of introduced to this whole new way of doing things.
Yeah, so the first thing we always get from brands is this mandatory, right? So they always think and we do throw a lot of things at them. But no, it wasn't something mandatory. It was really saying, hey, we're excited to offer this. If you fully understand it, it's a no-brainer, right? It's an exciting thing. So we've seen a lot of brands really get behind it, and you can tell with the output that they have, right? So we have a number of brands that, and I won't name names, but you'll see if you walk into our store and you scan them, you'll see the ones that have video content, right? That are engaging to the customers, because this is the platform. The platform is made for you. You can choose to do whatever you want with it. Now, the ones that we're putting in the stores now are only the ones with the additional content. early on, we launched with everything, right? We're like, okay, let's just try this. If you're in IX1, you've got item information, it goes on there. But what we found pretty quickly was what's on there could be found on the label, right? And if you do it a few times, you're not getting the items that have that additional content, the engaging content, the educational content. So that took a little time to remove those, to just go with the items that had that additional content and start growing that. And we've had a lot of brands really get behind it. They've been very engaging. They're excited about it, right? They're not dropping off sell sheets in their stores anymore. Because I can tell you, when I walk our departments and I'm on the floor and I find a sell sheet stuck into this shelf, I take it out. And unfortunately, I throw it away, right? We can't do that. But we're trying to give them the ability to really engage with their customers. So again, we've had a number of brands that have really gotten excited about it, that really get it. And then the others are just kind of, they're slow adopters, right? They just haven't necessarily moved over to it yet. And I think once they see from our side how we're going to message it to our customers and our teams in a really big way next month, then I think everyone will kind of see, okay, I get it. This is definitely something I can get on board with.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's something that one of our columnists says a lot in his column, because it's just so true. And he's kind of imploring to the brands, like, the retailers can't know every single thing about your brand and who your target is. Like, there's so much to know. So you've got to go out of your way to try to help them and support them more. And this seems like a great way to do that without like a massive amount of effort,
I described it one day as selling through, not selling to, right? You can sell to your retailer, or you can help them sell it through so they buy it again, right? One sale isn't going to do much for you. So why wouldn't we equip our retailers with everything they need to sell your products? I mean, to me, that just seems like a no-brainer. It's the reason we send people in to do training and you do all those things. So stop selling to and start selling through.
It's totally win, right?
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, for retailers out there who might be considering this, any advice, words of wisdom you have for them?
It's really easy. I mean, what I would suggest is, if you have the ability to do so, to incorporate it in your tag. Right, because we found that it was very easy. There's space on there. We get a file from Cornerstone that links directly to our tags in order to print them out. It's literally that simple. We see it because it's a great opportunity, and I think others will too. So I do hope that more retailers get on board, because then we're going to see more vendors do it too. Right. So right now, with our store, with our chain, we're 70 stores. So there's an investment across 70 stores with this. The more retailers that get on board, that investment decreases as far as the cost per shelf, per store, to all these, for all the vendors. So I think it's just time. People just have to figure it out. And it's been tough with COVID and everything. People are at home. It's hard for brands to innovate. It's hard for us to get out. I think you have to work a little bit harder these days to move the needle. So I would just say, hey, it's one of the easiest things we've done, and it's great for our customers. So there's no reason not to.
Yeah, great for the customers and great for the staff too, and educating them. So all good things there. Anything else that either one of you want to add and let our viewers know about?
I would just say, come into a Fresh Thyme and bring your phone. I think it's pretty cool. The first time I walked our president through one of our stores, and I showed him, and I was like, please God, let it work on my phone, because this was right, we were testing it, and pulled it up. It showed it. He thought it was the coolest thing in the world, and so I looked like a champion. So again, it's a pretty cool thing to do. It's only going to get better. And I would just say, be on the lookout for, especially for a lot of our vendors out there, you're going to see in store how we're going to talk to our customers about what this is, how to utilize it, where to look for it, both in store, and then also how do we reach out to our customers through email and everything else. So we're going to launch in a pretty big way. And then, we're excited for our customers to really start seeing the benefits from it.
Awesome. Well, I will have David's ELI Code in the post about this, so you can scan it and connect with Cornerstone for Natural for more information. So everybody out there, you'll see the code on our post. You can just head right over.
Scan it and give us a call. We're happy to help, and we can get codes built pretty quickly. So there is plenty of time before Expo. Quite frankly, we can have codes up at Fresh Thyme before Expo. Just give us a call, drop me a note, however you want to go. We're happy to work with you. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, thank you both for filling us in and keeping us up to date.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Got it.